What's up, everyone? August here. Um, I'm doing this last video because number one, it's appropriate. Number two, I believe in closure. And number three, I didn't want to end on the note that I ended with when I did the last video, because in context, that was not a video at all. That was just that was the last of a video that I had taken 3 months ago, back in Fontana Dam. And what I did was, if you read the commentary, I let those be my last words. But to bring you up to speed, I got off the trail back in July. I got off in Connecticut, I think, north of New York. I got off north of New York. And ultimately, what got me off the trail was it just came down to finances. Truth be told, I didn't see the need to finance the experience that I was having when the experience itself was subpar. But to be honest with you, after that little hiccup, the blindside thing in Fontana, it actually got better. The further north I got, it got better. You know, the crowds kind of thinned out, so to speak. And, I just pretty much caught up with a new crowd when I got to Harper's Ferry and started going north. Ended up hiking with a few people. So yeah, everything worked out. Don't get me wrong. But still, though, it was always still it was still rubbing me the wrong way in the back of my mind when you take into account the whole experience. Because I don't know if I mentioned this in my past videos, but as far as logistical stuff goes, the support is all good, first 3-4 states. Harper's Ferry, when you start to go north, it's a different world. You know what I'm saying? You don't really come into like trail angels like you would do down south. So it's more of a singular journey at that point. To say that if you have problems with like people or bonding or relationships when you're going down south, by the time you pass the halfway point, you're going to be pretty much singular anyway. You're going to be hiking by yourself anyway. Any group that didn't fray, okay, is pretty much clicked in. They're not going to have any more new members, and any group that did dissipate, and you meet up with someone else there, everybody's in that same solitary mode. So, like, for example, I did say at the halfway point I met up with a couple of individuals and we continued to hike together, but that was just, those were pretty much section hikers. I hike with them for, let's say, a week or so, and then they do their thing. But I don't know if I'm getting off point or nothing. But to stay to the core, as far as the mission goes, that pretty much was aborted back in Fontana Dam 16 days in. And it's like I said before, and I can talk to you straight minus the emotion. And there's a reason why I didn't actually do this video right off the bat when I finished, because I had to take time to process it, to let everything, push over me like a wave. Then I can come back and look at it from a different perspective. So as far as the mission goes, that was pretty much done at Fontana Dam. And for the record, I had the donation option set up, but just so you know, nobody donated. If they did, then I would have felt obligated to continue on. But at the same time, it wouldn't have been that much of a problem because I would have had the funds to do so. Okay? So it's not like I put it out there, people donated their money, and then I quit. That didn't happen. So by not pretty much donating anything to the cause, there really was no obligation for me to go forward. So as far as that goes, I mean, because you don't know the situation, so I'm telling you. Now, as far as Fontana Dam goes, what I did was I took my camera, my cards, all that stuff, and I just pretty much gave it to the hotel maid, because at that point it was just weight. It was a nice camera, but at the same time it was old and I was going to get a new one anyway, and I was going to go forward, so I just left all that stuff with the hotel maid. I kept the memory chip so that I can update as I go. Hindsight, was it a good thing to do? I could have sent it home perhaps, but I just wanted to be done with it, and I kind of like that. I like the finality behind it, because there ain't no sense in me carrying a camera if I'm not going to use it. And dude, I got thousands of pictures as far as that goes, and like I said, video, it was just pretty much left a bad taste in my mouth. Now, some might say it would have been selfish of me to just stop like that, and I can see, in a sense, why the comments would say that, and some of them has some good suggestions saying, well, why don't you highlight the bad points? And I guess I could have, but that was not the mission. And in highlighting the bad points and the do's and don'ts, that's going to affect my experience even worse, because now I'm actually bringing to the forefront not necessarily the negativity, but the things that I never expected. And so I don't, and what I'm trying to do is purge myself of all that negative crap so I can stay on the trail and stay focused. But at the end of the day, though, those of you that wanted me to continue in my posting all the videos that I did take, like I said I would, I hope you got something from it as far as a non-biased perspective goes. Now, I don't know. I haven't really went back and seen the videos, but I know there was a lot of people in them. They were just there. There was just people that were in the videos that were in my proximity that really didn't mind. I hope I don't offend anybody, but I'm not going to mention any names or speak on the experience. You can see for yourself. It is what it was. As far as the trail goes as a whole, man, it's just different, you know. And I can't sit here and say that as much as I can say the people are different, truth be told, it's just me, you know. Dude, I'm old school. Time is just, like I said, I'm generations apart from 90% of the people that were on the trail, so my perspective is different. Like I said, anybody that goes to the trail for the first time, then, you know, you're going to get all that for the first time, and it may be a good experience for you. If you're going with an adventurous spirit, then you're pretty much open for everything. So I would just say go with it. My biggest disappointment was from the logistical standpoint. Everything I told you logistically was relevant, and it still is. That's why I didn't take all the videos down, you know, just on general purpose. Well, the mission was, it didn't work out, I'm just going to cancel this channel. I'm not going to do that, because everything that's there helps. The thing with me, though, is as far as the logistics goes, it just wasn't, the spirit wasn't the same. If you stay on the road long enough and hitchhike, I imagine somebody's going to pick you up. But it's not the same, okay? And so I guess that's what rubbed me the wrong way, you know. And as far as the support and people, you know, from my angle, it just seems like everywhere you go, people are just trying to take your money as far as hikers go. It's like every store on the trail, $3 for some ramen. I mean, it's just like, dude, I mean, it really made me mad. And then I felt like I was whining every time I was in the store. I mean, it just really got me. So in that perspective, yeah, you know, lots changed and everything. But after a while, you know, since I spent most of the time in the woods, I can say that the experience was beautiful. I mean, the trail is the trail. You know, you get the spring, you get the rain, you get the weather, and that was nice. You know, I can't take anything away from that, you know. And I did say that I would never go back again. I said that then, but that was emotion talking. If I went back, I don't think I'd need to through hike, but just to be one, you know, just to go to be one with nature, that always be a reason to return, so to speak. As far as the minority card goes, it was still a good experience. I didn't have any bad experiences as far as me being a minority going through the, you know, rural South areas, and that wasn't a problem. I saw quite a few Asians. I saw a few black people. And I guess as far as that goes, you know, in the spirit of how we met and what we're doing, everything was cool. So that still remains the same as far as that goes. The acceptance factor is there. As far as I didn't do the mission, but what I could say to you, number one is okay, don't let the minority factor discourage you. However, if you don't have the money, I mean, it's $2,000, you won't even touch it. Now, granted, you can stay in the woods, but that's not recommended. You know, you need a shower every 2-3 days. You need to have the money to be able to pamper yourself. You know, you work hard, you play hard, you rest hard. There's nothing wrong with that. So as far as that goes, as far as the money goes, what did I spend? I spent about $2,700, and I think I'm lowballing it. I probably spent more than that, and that was just way too much. With what, 3/4 of the trail behind me, $2,700. That's a lot. That's a lot. So keep that in mind. And I don't know. All in all, I had fun. About that girl that I told you about, karma caught up with her. You know, the way I see it, she broke up with her boyfriend, broke up with her and left her, and I mean it was really bad. It actually turned out really bad for both of them to hear the story, and I just sat back and be like, you know, that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? As far as karma goes. So and I heard about that. Let's see, Fontana Dam was when I actually put the video about me being upset about that situation. By the time I got to Standing Bear, which is outside the Smokies, that's when I heard the rest of the story and found out ultimately what happened to him. So that was a good thing. And come to find out, here's the ironic part. I went to Standing Bear. That's a hostel. First hostel you come to once you get out of the Smokies. The day I got there was the day after the one girl, Skittles, actually left. You know? But dude, if I would have caught her, man, we'd have had some words. That's all I can say. So all I can say is that it was very crazy the way it all worked out, because at the end of the day, her parents had to come down and literally, you know, grab her by the scruff of the neck and throw her in a car. I wish I'd have been there to see that, but you know, all things aside, that got squashed. That got squashed early on. So after the Smokies, everything was cool. I was just hiking my hike, you know. So yeah, so that's that. You know, I'm not disappointed. Could I have gone further? I suppose I could have, but like I said, given the money, and I'm not gonna say my heart wasn't in it, because once you're in, you're in. But at the same time, I was thinking, okay, I got to think about how long it's going to take me to recover these funds and this, that, and the other. And I didn't have the primary function of the mission and you know, putting everything down there. So really, I didn't bother, you know. Like I said, I'm going to keep the videos up there because I want them to stand as a testament for something, you know. And even if the mission didn't work out, then maybe somebody behind me will come and just document it, because it's a beautiful thing, you know. I do appreciate your support as far as just, you know, words of encouragement, subscribing to my channel, because one person that comes is bringing 5, or at least passing videos along so you can see it. So if nothing more, you know, I hope I gave you a little bit more a better perspective that you didn't have before I started to do the mission. As for myself, I'm just gonna do what I do, you know. I have another channel out there. I guess if you look real hard, you'll find it. What I'll do for the other channel is, in the comment section of this video, I'll put it on the bottom. And that's just another channel where I just, you know, do whatever, say whatever, you know, in my downtime, so to speak. And that's that, you know. Like I said, I'm going to leave these videos up here. We're going to let it stand as a testament. And thanks again, you know. If some people were disappointed, I'm sorry, but I said at the beginning, if I don't finish, I'll let you know why I didn't finish. I'll post the videos and we go from there. So there you have it. I mean, I was true to my word. And this last video, as far as I'm concerned, was necessary as far as closure goes. So people are like, what happened? You know what I mean? So there you have it. I will say this, dude. The Boost, the Ensure, the nutritional supplemental drinks, perfect. Worked like a charm. And it's not something you have to carry. Just when you get to town, pop down a pack of them, you know, 2, 3, give a few away, and then every, you know, the next 7 days, 4 days, you get to town, do it again. So my weight loss wasn't that, I mean, you know, let people tell it that see me when I came back, wow, you're skinny, but I know what it could have been like, and the weight loss was not that bad. I still kept a little bit of muscle mass, so yeah, I'm getting up in time, so I'm just gonna let it go. But everything's cool. It was a negative experience. All in all, it was good. Like I said, the further north you go on a trail, you're more isolated, but there's no drama there. You know, your thoughts are your thoughts. You can really just pretty much become one with nature. It's a beautiful thing. For the record, the best town experience that I had was Waynesboro. Man, they're all right. So you got something to look forward to when you get to Waynesboro. And as far as just points of beauty, I mean, it's all good. That's all I can tell you. It's all good. So, all right. I thank you for tuning in. And I just, you know, this was a good thing. I appreciate your support. Like I said, it wasn't too many haters out there, and that's always appreciated. So take care. August out.